All right, welcome back to Unraveled. I'm Alex.
I'm Olivia.
How's it going, guys?
Oh, it is. Oh, I responded for them. I was
Yeah.
like, on behalf of the people.
Yeah.
It's
sucks.
rubbish.
It sucks. Everything is terrible.
Well, it is Monday.
Happy
Monday.
Happy Monday.
New Day for everyone. I mean, it's not really a new day because we always came out on Mondays.
Yeah.
But happy additional new day.
It's a
or
new
whatever.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm rocking my hat because I got like 3 pimples in a row on my eyebrow and they're being protected by pimple patches.
Okay.
And I figured I would just cover it all up and then tell everyone about it.
Oh,
Instead
okay. Okay. We're getting into our new season over here. It's going to be a lot of Epstein stuff. Real quick, if you didn't catch, the kind of fun talk shit episode is now on Sundays. Monday is going to be a half a conspiracy episode public, a half a conspiracy episode on the Patreon.
Yep.
And then Thursdays is going to be a full conspiracy theories, conspiracy theories episode. So
I'm calling Mondays the Oreo day.
okay. We are going to be getting into a bunch of Epstein stuff. If you missed the last one. And kind of today.
Oh, yeah. If you're new, this is I guess everyone's new for this section.
Yeah.
If you're not over on Patreon right now, you missed the update that we were going to do this. So, yes, that makes sense why you're explaining it.
Technically, this is a free episode. Yes. So, also, if you're listening to this and you don't know about our Tales of Woe, swing on over to Patreon, guys. It's $5 a month. We have a full. We talked for probably almost 20 hours.
Oh, I know. It's like when you think about how many times we broke that down, we talked for hundreds of hours.
And if you think like, I don't need that many hours of anything, that's what I thought too. And we just kept going and going and going, and people kept listening and listening. So
either there's a bunch of people out there who hate us after listening to so many hours, or people were invested against their will.
So if you
which
want,
sounds a lot like us.
If you're thinking, as we're going through this, what a merit do these two hold as researchers? How much can these people, I've never heard of these two, a couple idiot comedians doing deep dives. Go figure out how much we could find out about our own trauma. So if
studying other people's is a cakewalk.
Spoiler alert, our memories were affected and we still figured it out. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for listening.
Woman over here. I think women have been trained to investigate like the deep. We talk about this all the time. Is hunters and gatherers, berries and
they've been trying to keep the gatherer or the gatherers and the gossipers, as I call them, hunters and gossipers. They've been trying to keep the gossipers out of the conspiracy world.
I know,
for good reason.
I know.
Yeah. Because
we spot weird shit.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't tell you anything that's going on with like in a science article or anything, but if there's a photo, I'll be like, oh, he's cheating on his wife. I can see.
Also, the good thing about the world of conspiracy, or not the good thing, but just the nature of the beast, or I call it more skepticism. I mean, at this
what was
point,
that flat earther lady? What'd she call it? Conspiracy
truthers or conspiracy.
No, it was a conspiracy, not
Anyway, just skip in the world.
I have to
we'll
look
have to
it
go
up.
find it.
It was a very fun term, and I want to use it.
But so, there's really never any proof. But that's kind of where women thrive is on shit they can't prove. They're like, I know that motherfucker did something. Yeah.
Well, and then I think the older you get, the more you learn that it doesn't really matter. It matters. It will always matter. Finding the proof as much as realizing that looking for proof is a problem.
Well,
not a problem, but it's like something's obviously wrong
amiss
here. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, for the lifespan of what people would call conspiracy theorism now, we've all been like, there's proof. It just is not coming from. It just wouldn't work anywhere.
Yeah, it had to be translated from 4 different languages.
Yeah, I had to find a newspaper article about what happened in the city it happened, and that so it's anyway, it's great. It's great that you're here, babe.
It's great that you're here, babe.
I don't feel so crazy anymore now that you're crazy with me.
I couldn't possibly have that effect on humans. If you are not on Patreon, if you're listening and you want to be involved in what we're gonna have some video and stuff uploaded. So even if you don't want to pay us, fucking dorks, come on over to Patreon for the first part of this so you can watch and see.
Yep.
So anyway, we're over there too if you want to watch.
And a lot of the time we post publicly a lot of our research stuff we find or different little
links.
Yeah. So if you guys want to go
honestly,
over there.
I'm big on links because it's like I don't want credit for this. If you're gonna blame someone, blame the person who told me.
Yeah.
In the game of telephone, I would like to be right in the middle.
Yeah.
I have no interest in breaking it here first.
Every single news organization now is waiting for someone else to break it so they can just say it's public record, which is part of the problem. But we're not, hey, I can't fix that problem. I can only pile on and tell you some information that they're not telling you.
Show you some fun ways to look at it.
Yep. So happy new Monday, guys.
Yeah, happy new Monday. Thanks for being here. We talked about on our Patreon last week on conspiracy theory that we were gonna kick this off with actually last week we kicked off with resources. If you didn't catch that, that's over there. And Alex was doing some exploring of what were you playing with?
Oh, the Jmail suite.
Yeah, what was the one that you said? Did you know? No, I'm Jamazon is my thing.
Jamazon. Well, they have a bunch.
YouTube.
Well, there's JeffTube.
Can we call it JewTube?
No,
I mean, come on. I didn't say it.
I think that's why they called it JeffTube because
bitches, man enough to build an entire site.
Well, I didn't realize this, but it's actually brought to you by the great people over at Drop Site.
Which is, if you guys are not familiar, they're
great reporting. So anyway,
and one of the guys who's like the main reporter on Drop Site is like one of the quasi main. He's the B character on at Breaking Point.
Yeah,
so
Ryan Grimm. He's been on Epstein's tail for a long time.
But if you didn't catch anyway, last week we announced this week we're going to kick this week off with sort of some of the major things that you might have seen in your like news feed or something your parents were like, did you see this? Or something.
And we're looking for true or false.
Something you called your kids and said, did you see this? And so we just picked out 4. And you guys, this list is by no means exhaustive. Every angle that you can think of with Epstein, you can probably find it. But this is 4 of our like favorites or easiest to either debunk or not.
We're gonna do a couple of these an episode for the next probably 2 months or so, a month or so.
And then we'll probably dive into some deeper there's a few that we're both very interested in. If you haven't ever heard us talk about some of our favorite, I won't even call them conspiracies at this point. Given the Monsanto settlement and then the national security for need for chemical food, I won't even call them. But if you don't know, we talk a lot about some of our favorite conspiracies, and mine is very much food. And so I don't know. It's just very interesting to see all the layers that these things touch. So I will very much be diving into food. And if you haven't heard me say the word CRISPR,
anyway,
you want to dive into our first.
The first one we're going to hit is the one that's kind of really piqued a lot of people's interest the most as of late. Whether or not Jeffrey Epstein's alive or not.
Yep. So our very first rumor is he alive? I'm going to share this screen with you guys too, so you can kind of see. As you know, I love a good mind map and a good timeline. So proof or not proof that he's alive, you guys can take it for what you want. Okay. The first bit of evidence that I'll share is in 2021, and this is in the files. Anything that's from the files, I left the file number at the bottom in case you guys want to go off and hunt these down yourselves. The first one is a file from the files. It's between who knows and who knows. Yeah. But whoever knows works at the FBI. Okay. And this says they're trying to meet up or FaceTime or something. And actually, I'm sorry, one of them is the Office of Inspector General at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. That's all we get in the signature. But it says, LOL Friday, I am on Arizona time through next week. So morning is the same as you all Thursday. Epstein does live in Colorado, so he is 2 hours behind, though he has jumped on calls as early as 9 a.m. Eastern in the past. My only other thing Thursday is a debrief at 2 p.m. So somebody in the FBI emailed somebody else and said Epstein. Now, could that have been his brother?
Yeah.
Who knows? But
could have been Mark. Is that his name? Mark Epstein?
Yep. So that's something I'm seeing cited, sourced and cited.
Real quick, it was actually Kimball Musk in Colorado, but it is in Epstein's emails. Epstein and Elon Musk's brother were doing a food thing on Colorado bases, like garden program.
When?
In like the 2000. This has nothing to him still being alive.
Oh, okay.
You're just saying. When you had tangented on, or when you mentioned food earlier, I said something
about someone who was in Colorado.
I just wanted to correct myself.
I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. So that's still, I have no idea who, but you didn't see.
We'll get into it. That's for another episode.
Okay, cool.
I just don't want to go misinforming.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, it's better than what the government's done.
Yeah.
The next thing that is interesting is, I don't know if anyone has read about the 4chan comment from the prison guard.
Yes.
This is one that definitely piqued my interest. Again, I have to also, if you guys are looking for news, I just recently got a VPN to like locate me out of the country, and my news results are completely different. Like, it's wild. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say this at the risk of sounding crazy. I'll say this on the free episode. To think that we do not have censored internet is crazy.
We are China.
I don't know if, now what I can't speak to is if I dug through all 8,000 pages or whatever that Google gave me, would the results I'm looking for be buried in there? I don't know. Are they actually keeping it from us, or is it some kind of loophole?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, here's my article for you guys.
Great point, though.
This is from Times Now News out of, I don't even actually know where it's out of, if I'm honest with you guys. It's the U.S. news section of a different country. Anyway, it says, who is Roberto Grijalva? Okay.
It's weird. I actually went to high school with someone with that last name.
You know Roberto?
Not Roberto, but I know a Grijalva.
So it says the jailer behind viral 4chan Epstein post revealing what happened before his prison suicide. Epstein files have identified Roberto
Grijalva
as an MCC prison officer as the anonymous 4chan poster who claimed Epstein was removed from his cell before his death was announced. Newly released documents, including his internal prison memo, have intensified the debate over what happened inside MCC and Epstein's final hours.
Forewarning, we are not going to be looking at any pictures of inside his article. You guys do not have to see them, and we're not going to either.
Yeah, no, I think
best case scenario, it's misinformation, and I don't need more death in my brain.
If you guys want to go hunt it down, again, we shared on Patreon last week some links and some specific resources for photos themselves. But anyway, the next reason that and there's probably isn't even all the reasons. There's also a bunch of photos of like sightings supposedly of him all over the world. I'm not getting into any of it. I think that there are certain people that pay for that software that do that like facial recognition thing. I am more inclined to believe they're reporting at least than just these random screenshots that are like on TikTok.
Yeah.
4chan is the next place that is sort of a thread that it's very interesting to me.
It will be pulled on more. I'm going to pull on that one.
Yeah, but for the sake of this quickie, there is a document in here. You can see it on my screen now if you're watching, but it's in the files, and it's the FBI, and I think they subpoenaed the guard. If you don't know the story at all, there was a prison guard who posted on 4chan. The post was eventually deleted, I believe, but it says, here's what the post says. Not saying anything after this. Please do not try to dox me. But last night, after 4:15 count, they took him medical in a wheelchair, front cuffed, but not one triage nurse says they spoke to him. Next thing we know, a trip van shows up. We do not do releases on the weekends unless a judge orders it. Next thing we know, he's put in a single man cell and hangs himself, ? Here's the thing. The trip van did not sign in and we did not record the plate number. And a guy in a green dress military outfit was in the back of the van, according to the tower guy who let him through the gate. You guys, I am shaking right now, but I think they switched him out. And this post happened on...
It was like a day or two after, yeah?
It was a day I believe it was made like a day before. It happened. 8:10.
Okay, yeah.
And it says the subpoena was dated 8/14 of 2019. And so they subpoenaed, I believe, the guy who wrote this. And I don't think there are any results, and we'll have to maybe do a deeper dive on this.
Now, it is interesting that it would make sense that anyone who is a part of the world of Epstein at all, and I don't mean, it could mean a part of the world of his, Ghislaine was on 4chan.
Yes.
I believe now that 4chan, because of the history of 2chan was essentially designed in Japan to degrade what we now call incels, men who did not want to partake in society. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that model got brought to 4chan, and that is documented in the history of 4chan. And they have a word in Japan for these people who refuse to, and I'm one of them in America. We don't have a word for it. And Ghislaine also was a moderator on 4chan. And a lot of the initial QAnon Pizzagate stuff, I believe, comes also from that world. So if you were interested in that, I guess what I'm saying is it was almost a conspiracy forum, if you will. So a person on that forum could either work for Epstein or could be working to figure out Epstein.
Yeah.
It could be an Ian Carroll type of person, or, a reporter, someone who's following Pizzagate before Pizzagate was what it is now, or it could be an employee of Epstein.
Yeah.
But it does create, or even an employee of Ghislaine's, it does create misinformation.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a place where, especially given the time and the subject, a real whistleblower would come forward too.
Yeah.
You don't do it on Facebook.
Well, and actually, I found an article that I'll share, and it says it appears that this guy was trying to whistleblow in more than one way. What that subpoena actually was for the subpoena were issued to 4chan, Apple, AT&T, and Citibank in an effort to find this anonymous 4chan poster, which they eventually did.
Okay.
And we learned that it's Roberto
Grijalva, I guess.
Grijalva, yeah. They eventually learned through Citibank records.
Oh.
Which is, again, if you have questions about if they're spying on everything, the answer is always yes.
Yes.
It says the records are linked directly to him, and he's the same MCC prison officer whose statements were later released as part of the prison's internal investigation in Epstein's death. So his name also appears in separate files documenting interviews conducted at MCC regarding which officers were present at the facility during the time of Epstein's death. One particularly notable document included in the Epstein files, there's a file number, it'll be in this article if you want to come and read it, is a written memo authorized by Grijalva just days after Epstein's death, dated August 12th, 2019. The memo is addressed to Warden NDAL, entitled Past Information from Special Housing Unit. In the memo, he states that on Friday, August 9th, 2019, at approximately 1:50 p.m., he passed information to oncoming staff, including Officer Davis, Officer Shakir, and Officer Joyner. He wrote that the inmate Ray's number was going WAB and might not return, and that inmate Jeffrey Epstein, inmate number, would be needing a cellmate upon arrival from his attorney visit. The document places Grijalva directly in the chain of communication regarding Epstein's housing status less than 24 hours before Epstein was found dead. So basically what they're saying is there is proof that he was in fact the prison guard working Epstein's cell. So
and he made an
was
anonymous
in fact
post.
the 4chan poster.
Yes.
So you guys take that for what you want. This news does go on, so if you guys want to read it again, it'll be linked in our Patreon, and you can take a look at that. But that's that. The next one that's very intriguing is Fortnite. If you guys haven't heard this, Fortnite,
just like Call of Duty, but played multi-platform. It's PCs. It's everything.
Yep. Fortnite has been linked. His Jeffrey Epstein's Fortnite account has been discovered through the files because the emails. Again, if you didn't see our resources one, you can go directly into his inbox. And we all learned to collectively that Jeffrey Epstein was a Fortnite player in that he possessed the username Little Saint Jeff 1. Clever, isn't he? And so people, then there's a website that you can track Fortnite users, and people then went and put Little Saint Jeff 1 into this website, and you can see here on the screen, again, if you want to go explore this further, all these websites, these tracking websites. I'm not a Fortnite tracker, so I don't have this one bookmarked, but it's all here. But you can see that apparently Little Saint Jeff 1 was playing Fortnite out of Israel. And that went on, the dates are in here. It went on to say, let's see, it says that, so again, take this for what you want, but this is a tweet from somebody that says, breaking, there are reports of Epstein's Fortnite account active in Israel. The username Little Saint Jeff 1 that is in recently released Epstein files, where the account bought $25.95 in V-Bucks on May 7th, 2019. So he was alive at that time. You can see that that's the source of finding his username, is this V-Bucks purchase, right? The account is in fact linked to Jeffrey Epstein himself through receipts in the recently unsealed documents. People online match this exact username to a Fortnite profile and Fortnite tracker, which shows stats like Silver 1 rank. I don't know what that means, but in Chapter 5 season, post 2019, wins into 2025, and past activity flagged in Israel. Seems like he immediately started playing Fortnite Chapter 1, Season 10. Ran from August 1st to October 13th. The profile went private shortly after going viral, which aligns with recent X discussions, although it's not officially confirmed, blah, blah, blah. So they share, I'm sharing it here on the screen. If you're looking, you can see all this shit they're sharing. Again, this means nothing to me, but you can see his username with a little Israel flag. I don't know. You can see these.
I have a theory.
Yeah, so that's all I have about Fortnite.
So there's a lot of talk, and we will get into this in it'll probably get its own episode, of engineering children, engineering human beings, engineering bloodlines, breeders, this whole thing. Are many children out there actually Epstein's? That's like a theory floating around.
Yes.
Different famous people they believe might be his kids. What if Little Saint Jeff is Jeffrey Jr.? What if there is a Jeffrey Jr.? Because when I was a kid, I was buying V-Bucks on my parents' account. But also, if I'm a billionaire playing a video game, I'm not going to buy $26 worth of I mean, maybe it was a single purchase for whatever that came out to $27. But it just feels like such a...
Yeah, it does. Like, you would just, if you were a billionaire, you would just reload your account for like a grand every time you needed it.
For a while,
or whatever.
I was hooked on this tennis cell phone game, and I had more than $26 floating in my account at any given time.
And that's why we're together, ladies and gentlemen.
Because I love tennis, so...
Because I'm seeking a guy who's got a full tennis account.
Dude, you should see my character build.
You got them custom features, baby?
You know what else is weird? And it came out that it was probably a lie. Or honestly, it's actually probably not. The idea was always that Elon Musk was a big player in another multiplayer game called Diablo 4. And it's kind of always been said that, like, how is this guy running a company and playing Diablo 4 so much?
He's got like 1,500 kids that he has through like IVF. You got to be jerking off in a cups and playing video
how
games.
is he playing video games so much and doing all
digging
this?
Tunnels, going to
and
space.
like trying to influence elections and doing Doge and all that.
to whatever he's doing with those with big balls.
And the idea has always been like,
yo, what if bullshit? What if all of the Doge team is just Epstein boys?
Yeah, it could be. That's just all their nicknames.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, yes. I've had that thought before. But my thought is that one, it could be his kid, but also Elon, that's what I'm saying. Elon is playing. They used to think he's not really playing. He's probably hiring someone to level him up, which is an interesting theory about maybe he's trying to have the most powerful player in a digital verse too.
Maybe.
But maybe he's just a dork who's playing video games 24/7 and he's not doing any of that work.
Yeah, I mean, and also, I mean, the other question that should be asked is like when Trump goes on his tweet streaks and like it's like you're just tweeting all day. What do you?
Who's doing everything?
Yeah. Okay. Last piece of, if you want to call it,
Jay lives.
Yeah, is from FedEx. So the ditch, they essentially, if you can see this article here, gained access to Epstein's FedEx account. It's still live. Shipments in 2024, address book with 90 plus names. So I'll link this article. I'm not going to read you guys the whole thing, but you can see I highlighted the part of interest. The FedEx account was used as recently as summer 2024, despite Epstein's death in 2019. A shipment weighing just under 0.5 kilogram was collected from aircraft company Gulfstream Product Support in Savannah, Georgia. Now this is where it gets very wild. And shipped to Plan D LLC in Kennesaw, Georgia on May 20th, 2024. Okay. Plan D is the now dissolved company that Epstein incorporated to own and operate his private jet, which Donald Trump used during the 2024 U.S. presidential election campaign. Meanwhile, another package weighing 1.4 kilograms was shipped from the same Gulfstream address in Georgia to Empire Aviation in West Palm Beach, Florida on March 12th, 2024, according to invoices. The FedEx account names ex-Epstein accountant Bella Klein as its administrator, while Jeffrey E. Epstein is listed as the account holder. The FedEx account was still live and accessible at the time of publication. The Justice Department has been contacted for comment. So there you have it. That is the Epstein rabbit hole.
Epstein lives.
Epstein lives rabbit hole. Question mark.
It could be one of his successors. It could be this Klein chick using it.
Yep. Could be a kid.
It's a very interesting thought, is that just like a lot of crimes committed by a lot of these weird reptilian, no, I don't even mean I mean shapeshifter, as in like, I'm a Catholic now, I'm Jewish now, I'm a businessman now, I work in tech now, I work, these people who just like liquefy into new realms and shit, and they're just like all of a sudden an expert of this now too. In that like world, it's very common for the perpetrators of crime. Like, we know that Epstein was making girls that wanted out, like high school girls, send a friend.
Yeah.
He's often turning victims into employees. If they show promise, let's get them in here. Let's get a young Ghislaine going.
Yep.
And I think it's also very easy for a lot of the victims to then turn around, or a lot of who become employees now that these information is getting out, to turn around and go, hey, I was just a victim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, there's nothing to see here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is interesting.
Or like, he made me do it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
A lot of these people are possibly working still in the same network.
Yeah. Okay. Second theory. You ready to move on to that?
Yep. Our next one.
Powerball. If you guys haven't heard this.
Oh, man. Shameless.
Yes. And this came out, honestly, kind of early. You had to do a little digging kind of early, but people started putting it together pretty early, and it kind of just got brushed over. And I don't know if people think it's fake news. People don't care. This blows my mind. And this is like one of the more upsetting ones to me, because me and my father shared a love for the lottery together. And to learn that it's just the billionaires
keep winning it.
Yep. Oh, wait, really quick before we move on, because I've been trying to list these as, what do we think? Debunked, question mark, alive. Where are you at with it?
I think he's definitely alive. I think if he's not alive, what's become very clear is there are about probably private companies and government agencies. There's probably 100, 200 intelligence agencies around the world, realistically, like just an operation, who have been for all of time. You know, private entities, your Blackwater type businesses, your, it's very possible someone took him out.
Yeah.
But he died very similarly to the way that Maxwell did, Ghislaine's father.
Yeah.
But those people also worked with a lot of agencies and double-crossed a lot of people, so it's very, who knows? Maybe they even double-crossed their own people, which is what gets them killed.
Yeah.
I believe the pictures that Ghislaine is not actually in jail. I think Ghislaine is in France.
Okay, so
now this whole devil's double idea that like a lot of rich people use a double.
yes.
Why wouldn't you use one for your prison sentence? You're
Sure.
rich and powerful enough. You can get them in there. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So
Who knows?
So maybe this person had to die for the story, but maybe Ghislaine in prison right now who's getting all this special treatment, maybe she's getting special treatment because she's not Ghislaine. She's just somebody who's like,
Yeah.
yeah, get me a puppy, motherfucker. Like, I'm here keeping your secrets.
Maybe.
You don't want Ghislaine to die? Well, I'm the one that looks like her. Give me a puppy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
I believe it. I will say this. I am not ruled it out yet.
I mean, me either. I definitely, it wouldn't shock me either way. I'll say that. So Powerball, July 2nd, 2008, which just for reference, and I don't know if this means anything or not. I'm not saying it does. I've definitely seen people say it does. Epstein was arrested initially on June 30th, 2008.
Yes.
So 2 or 3 days later, July 2nd, 2008, Powerball for like 85 million is won.
Yeah.
And it's a ticket that was purchased in Oklahoma. The ticket was purchased at a very tiny convenience store at a town that has like less than 20,000 people in it. And so that's what I guess what makes it very intriguing is that's the kind of town I grew up in. If somebody won close to $100 million in my town, everyone would know who that person was, right?
Yeah.
So the town is apparently about an hour or so from Texas, close to the border, right?
Yeah.
The ticket gets drawn. A few days later, the winner comes forward with the name of Zorro Trust.
Oh.
If you are curious about if Zorro Trust has anything to do with the same Zorro Ranch that Epstein owns, it in fact does.
It absolutely does.
So you can see the official document right here that shows us that Jeffrey Epstein is the trustee on Zorro Trust. So Zorro Trust wins this Powerball. Here is the interesting thing. Now, the story could just stop there, and I think that would be more than enough to just be like, yeah, he did. I mean, he did. He obviously did.
He did win it. Yes.
But the very interesting thing is people want to know how, right? Of course, people want to know. I'm not going to go and say I have the info on this. I have read some things about who was the lottery commissioner. Someone with the last name of Tipton. Is that who you're seeing?
No, not yet.
I have seen someone with the last name of Tipton that was the lottery commissioner for multiple states, I believe, and Oklahoma was included on that list. I've seen some sketchy things around him if you want to go down that rabbit hole. One thing I'll show you is the only inference of this that I could find. I read this article months ago when the Epstein files dropped. One of the very first things I got interested in was this Powerball thing. And I read this article that said that there was a glitch in the system the night
of the
drawing. I went back and I tried to find this article everywhere. I can't find it anywhere. The only thing I can find are remnants of it that somebody else found who also felt like, hey, am I losing my fucking mind? Where is this article?
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you guys this post from someone's Substack. It's Alyssa Writes. And he or she, I don't know who this person is, I'm assuming a woman, does this 4-part series on the breakdown of Epstein's financial history with Zorro Ranch. and therefore Zorro Trust.
Yeah.
And this person links it back to like the King of England's property.
Wild.
I will link this person's article. You guys can go read it. Again, it's a Substack, I believe. So there is, I don't know if they cited their stuff anywhere, but anyway, I'm going to show you.
Oh, wait, you mean the same bloodline that all the presidents are from? Anyway.
I'm going to show you guys a screenshot of a screenshot. So this is from their Substack.
Mm-hmm.
And they apparently found a screenshot somewhere that says the Daily Oklahoman, August 6, 2008. So that's what, 2 months after the winning almost?
Yep.
Trust keeps Powerball winner a mystery. Only Lottery Commission knows who is now $29.3 million richer. A financial planning company based in Oklahoma received $29.3 million Monday on behalf of the Zorro Trust, which held the winning ticket from the July 2nd drawing. Glitch delays Pick 3 drawing. A computer malfunction preempted the televised broadcast of Sunday's Pick 3 drawing, Oklahoma lottery officials said. The glitch was discovered shortly before the drawing was to be shown live. Instead of seeing the drawing at 9:58 p.m., viewers on KOKH Fox and KOCB CW saw a notice indicating the drawing wouldn't be shown because of technical difficulties. Finks said the glitch wasn't fixed in time for the 10 p.m. newscast. The drawing was held later and was monitored by an auditing firm. Oh. That is exactly what I remember reading, but I will not go on record to say what I'm saying is I cannot find that article myself these days.
Okay.
So, that is what I have for the Powerball and the trust of Epstein winning.
This is Wikipedia. So this is fact checked by the government. This is the official story. When I was growing up, you couldn't trust Wikipedia. Now it's, I think, the only thing you're allowed to trust. If it's not on Wikipedia, it's not the truth. The Hot Lotto fraud scandal was a lottery rigging scandal in the United States. It came to light in 2017 after Eddie Raymond Tipton, born in 1963, former information security director of the Multi-State Lottery Association, confessed to rigging a random number generator that he and two others used in multiple cases of fraud against state lotteries. First convicted October 2015 of rigging 14.3 million drawing of. So what he actually worked for is he didn't work for the lottery. He worked for a company that was a random number generator that was used by lotteries.
Okay, so that's incorrect. He's not a lottery commissioner. He's like a private.
Yes,
person,
that's possibly, yes.
The thing I had read was that he was responsible for doing the lottery for like 10 states.
That's how he got into multiple states. And yes, his company.
The reason I even saw his name was the article I read said the reason that the purchasing of the ticket in Oklahoma was important is because that was one of his states.
Yes. Eddie Tipton ultimately confessed to rigging lotto drawings in Iowa, Colorado, Wisconsin, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Also involved in the scheme were his brother and former Texas Justice of the Peace, Tommy Tipton, and Texas businessman Robert Rhodes. Eddie Tipton was sentenced to 25 years in prison. He was released on parole in 2022. A $14.3 million prize for the Hot Lotto draw on December 29th, 2010 has been left unclaimed. You know what's funny? And I only know this because my birthday is December 27th. I've seen multiple lottery drawings on my birthday. I wonder if it's like a by the end of the year we have to give this money away type of a thing. And it also makes perfect sense that because a lot of lottos are very quarterly driven, you see. I wonder if they often find a winner. Like, if we find a winner at the beginning of the quarter, we're not giving as much away, but we're also not getting to take 10% for education on as much. Yeah. So if the winner wins at the very end of the year, boom, how lucky for us. Yeah. We got to make money all year and close our account out.
Yeah.
It's just something interesting I've noticed.
Yeah, I wonder.
I feel like a lot of
funding too, isn't it?
Yes.
So like yearly budget type thing.
And normally state lotteries, the reason they're state funded, and did he say Colorado on here? Colorado. I believe Colorado is one of the initial case studies of like how successful a state lottery can be. I might be wrong on that. I might just be thinking of weed studies, early dispensary studies. But I believe if I remember right, like in Nevada, when we don't have lottery because it gets in the way of gambling, but they were always talking about if we do a lottery, it will all go to education. Like all the states take of this will go to education.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to show really quick what's interesting about this. If you go, again, we talked about this on our on Patreon on Thursday, how to best sort of use the Epstein files. But if you, I'm just sharing my screen right now. If you just type in Powerball on the DOJ website, 89 results. And I'm going to give you guys a quick look at what these look like. Here, let me come your way.
Is this on the Epstein?
Yes.
DOJ?
Yes. So this, whoever,
Vault, I think.
And we can probably do a deep dive. A lot of you guys might already know who Richard Kahn is. I don't. But I get the feeling he's like a lawyer or an assistant of some sort. Again, this isn't deep dive time, so we'll go back to it. But here's just a look at the types of emails that he was sending over and over again.
Epstein's accountant. He was one of the executors of his will, too.
So just an example, if you're listening, not watching, from Richard Kahn to Blacked Out, the prize for Wednesday's Powerball ticket is 1.5, however many billion, whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll probably go higher. Jeffrey wanted me to purchase $24 in tickets for you again. Attached are your numbers, which can be checked via website after 11 p.m. Wednesday evening. Interestingly enough, in all of these, the numbers of the tickets are blacked out. The numbers are redacted. And this is from Richard Kahn. And he sends these, you can see these.
Because they're guilty of a lot more fixing, and they don't want people to know. And if you go
and look in the files, and you can probably do some digging in here. Like I said, I haven't spent a ton of time. I just saw earlier that this existed. Here's another one. This one's to Karina. You guys know is Karina the dentist?
I believe so, yes.
From Richard Kahn to Karina, Powerball Lotto. The prize for tonight's Powerball Lotto, $485 million. Jeffrey wanted me to purchase $30 of tickets for you. Attached are your numbers. Now, this one's a link, which can be checked via website after 11 p.m. Good luck. And in case you win, I am holding your tickets in the safe. That's at the bottom of a lot of them. So just to show you, there's obviously something going on with and it's specific to Powerball. That's what I keep seeing.
Yep.
So
it's Powerball.
Yep. So anyway.
So when you play Powerball, you are funding
the pockets of Richard Kahn and his lackeys now.
Billionaire child fuckers at best case, spies
You're
who are
paying
using
for Epstein's Fortnite bill in Israel.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Yeah, the said child abusers. You're paying for their campaigns. You're paying for their jet trips to Israel. You're paying for their This is a cash grab of the American people, and.
Here's one from...
it was already a cash grab when the understanding was we're going to take 50% and give it to education. 50% goes to winners. And the community goes, okay, so at worst case scenario, when I lose money, I'm still funding my child's education, which is the thing that they always get gamblers with. If you're going to gamble away your child's education, your child's education, now you tell gamblers, guys, you're funding every child's education.
Yeah.
And you might win. No, you aren't going to win. And something tells me that funding of the education was also skimmed off of pretty heavily.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're literally just giving money. You win more by getting a $5,000 scratcher than you do by buying lottery tickets.
The other thing that's interesting is I grew up in a town full of degenerate gamblers and no education.
Yeah.
Those two things don't go together. What you're telling me.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Also, another fun fact, the people that printed a lot of your high school textbooks were companies owned by Robert Maxwell as well. So even when you're funding your education, you're still just buying your kids textbooks made by pedophiles.
Yeah.
So in a roundabout way, all gambling. What are their names? Oh, God. The Adelson family who gave $150 million to the Trump campaign. Gambling is always just funding war-hungry millionaires. I'm sorry. I like a good gamble, too.
Don't be. I was screenshotting. But if one more thing to put in for them. Very interestingly, too, this one from... So this initially came from Richard Kahn to Epstein, and it said no winner for the $900 million Powerball jackpot. Wednesday's draw worth $1.3 billion. Epstein responded and said, okay, do it again. It's just like, it's so obvious. To me, it's obvious. Again, if someone asks, is this proof? No, but is it proof?
The very interesting thing is there are a lot of instances in his emails where he says, let's discuss this in public. Yeah, let's discuss this one in public. Let's discuss this one in public. These are the things that they knew someday they might get. Like, they thought they were never going to get caught for shit. That's why all this is so public. The jerky recipes are not for emails.
No.
But we can defraud Americans out of $100 million on our emails.
Yep.
That's how these people feel.
Yeah.
Just to remember. Anyway. We're going to switch over to Patreon.
Yeah, we got two more theories to either debunk, or something tells me the rate we're going not debunk.
Yeah.
But I think we can go ahead and say,
cha-ching, cha-ching.
Again, it's no one else. If no one else is going to call this election, I'm going to call it, and I'm going to say it looks a lot to me.
If I were a betting man,
if I were a betting man, it looks like I'd be giving all my money to Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep.
So anyway, come on over to Patreon, $5 a month. Come join us. We got tons of content. We don't just hate on Jeffrey Epstein, you guys. We hate on everybody over there.
Everybody over there.
Everybody. So come on over. We just finished our Catfish and Chip series. So if you're looking for trauma that is of otherworldly, I mean, yeah, you could support Richard Gadd, but
yeah, and
he's got a career and a tranny girlfriend now.
Yep, he's doing great. In getting to the bottom of a lot of this Epstein stuff, you also get to the bottom of a lot of other stuff. So we're going to be hitting, like you said, we're going to be getting to the bottom of tons of shit. We're not just going to be talking about Wayfair.
Yeah. I do want a Wayfair episode.
Wayfair is very important to figure out exactly how it operated, because these online marketplaces, it doesn't mean it was the company, but it means somebody inside the company was not reporting what they were supposed to at the least.
I mean, who the fuck knows what's going on there?
But we're not only talking that. We're talking lottos too. So
yeah, you want a spoiler for next?
Yeah, just tell them what they're missing if they're not on Patreon.
Next up on Patreon, we got Life Touch. If you guys remember the photos that were taken of you throughout your youth.
Yep.
They were touching a lot of lives.
They were touching lives.
Like. And we got Nickelodeon. What's their thing? I don't know it.
Just a kid getting slimed in the face.
Yeah.
That's what their logo is.
I meant what don't they have a sound, like a...
Yeah, I think there's...
A sound splice.
Yeah, their sound splice is...
Yeah, that's the sliming.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
disgusting.
We're going to be over there right now, guys.
Yeah.
So on Mondays, you get us twice. And today you got us a little longer, but we got to cut some of it out.
And we were figuring shit out.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be a little less sloppy than this in future terms. But it's us. And I mean, the world's on fucking fire. Are you kidding me? I'm going to worry about my lighting right now?
Yeah. The only thing on fire
fucking lizard people live among us.
The only thing on fire more than the world is you, baby.
Our love, baby.
I was going to say, just you.
Come on over where we fuck on Patreon. I'm just kidding.
Come on over to our OnlyFans where we're actually reenacting files.
We just yell out things we know are fake. We slap each other in the face and we fuck.
We do role play.
Bigfoot!
We do role play. I'm going to be playing Richard Kahn.
Oh, this week I'm Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you over there, or we will see you back on Sunday for regular, less intense, more fun, Unraveled.
Bye.
Bye.
That's all, folks.